Now, it's very, very important for us to realize that in the world that we live in today, there is no man, no woman that is born with everything that they require to be all that they are supposed to be. It therefore means that if you're going to be the best version of yourself and maximize your possibilities in life, it means that there are some things that you have to be conscious and intentional about developing and making happen in your life. And that's where the subject of investment mentality comes in. A lot of people want to be wealthy. A lot of people want to be able to create wealth, but they don't have the right kind of mindset that will help them to become wealthy. When you begin to study poverty and decode poverty, you realize that poverty is a spirit, poverty is a mindset, poverty is an habit, poverty is a lifestyle, and poverty is a state. When you meet someone, the first thing you see that helps you to know that they are poor is that you find them in a state of poverty. In that state of poverty is a state of lack, hardship, and insufficiency. But most of the time, especially when you attack it from the religious point of view, you find out that when you see people in a state of poverty, the religious tendency people have is to go straight to the spirit and begin to deal with what they consider to be the spirit of poverty. But you need to understand that one of the major reasons why people are poor is not really about the spirit, but it's about the mindset of poverty. Because what happens is that poverty is installed as a software in the minds of people, and it becomes a program that runs their life. So you need to understand that when it comes to the subject of poverty, ignorance is not a demon. You can't cast it out. The only way that someone can be free is for them to come into a place of enlightenment where light comes and dispels darkness. And one of the things that needs to happen in the life of an individual to help them to break the shackle of poverty and build the systems that will help them to become wealthy is that they understand the importance of developing investment mentality, because that becomes the engine that triggers every other thing in their life. And not the word developing investment mentality. It means that it's not something that is there. It's something that you have to consciously and intentionally develop in order for it to become a reality. Many people are poor today. Many people are suffering lack and hardship today because they don't have investment mentality. And the reason why they don't have investment mentality is because there are a lot of toxic mindsets that are prevalent in their lives, and these toxic mindsets have choked the possibility of them developing investment mentality. So if you're going to develop investment mentality, the first thing that you would need to do will be to eliminate the toxic mentalities that exist in your life. There are 5 toxic mindsets that needs to be eradicated. Somebody say 5. There are 5 toxic mindsets that needs to be eradicated if you are going to develop investment mentality. I'm going to run through that very fast and then we'll move on. Number 1, you have to eradicate consumer mentality. You have to eradicate consumer mentality. If you have a consumer mindset, the Nino Lowo kind of mindset, money for spending kind of mindset, you're not going to become prosperous. Because every money that comes into your hand, every money that comes into your life, the first thing you're going to do is to think of how to spend it. So we have a lot of people today that are poor because every money that comes into their life, they just consume and consume and consume and consume. God created only one world, yet we have third world nation, and God did not create 3 worlds. So how come we have nations that are called third world nations and God only created one world? Nations are rated based on their ability to produce or to consume. So producer nations are first world nations. Consumer nations are third world nations because they consume more than they produce. It therefore also means that when you are more of a consumer than a producer, you are a third world person. You are a third-rated person. So the first mindset that needs to go is you must eradicate consumer mentality. Money comes into your hand and all you are thinking is what to spend the money on, not what to invest the money on. That's an error. So you see a lot of people today, that's the first thing that needs to go. The second thing that needs to go, the second mindset, is called nomadic mentality. Nomadic mentality. Nomadic mentality is the mindset of nomads. You see, nomads are cattle rearers and they don't have a fixed address, neither do they plant anything. But what do you see about nomads? They go from place to place, grazing what other people have planted. They don't have a fixed address, so you can't identify or locate them. And that's the way some people operate. They operate on what I call a vagabond spirit. They are going from place to place, job to job, career to career. They are not able to stay focused on one thing enough to produce results. And that needs to go. Many of you are sitting down here right now. You've probably been in the marketplace working for the past 10 years or 15 years, but you'll be amazed to know that some people are in the marketplace for the last 10 to 15 years, but they have been involved in 7 careers. And then you are asking yourself, how do you expect to be successful in something that you are not focused on, in something that you are not committed to? And that's the problem. So you meet some people, even in business, we have those serial entrepreneurs. You meet them in one point in their life and they tell you, oh, I'm into IT. And then 2 years later, when you meet them, so I'm into importation. 2 years later, when you meet them now, they say, I'm into crypto. 2 years later, I'm now a pastor. And you are wondering, what exactly do you do for a living? You are just jumping from place to place like a vagabond. So that nomadic mindset, it's a problem. And people go from place to place and it becomes a major challenge. The third mindset that needs to go is civil or salary mindset. Civil or salary mindset. You have a lot of people in our world today that are civil servants or they are public servants. And now please listen and listen well. There is nothing wrong working to earn a salary. But if salary alone is all you depend on, your possibility of becoming rich and wealthy is very slim. And you need to understand that when you are a prisoner, whether your handcuff is made of wood or silver or gold, handcuff is handcuff. To be rejoicing that your own handcuff is made up of gold is like slaves who love their chains. So it's very, very important for us to eradicate civil or salary mentality. There are a lot of people that just want salary. Oh, they need to increase my salary. They need to increase my salary. Listen and listen well. There is nobody that can pay you your true worth. There is nobody that can pay you your true worth. So if all you are looking for is salary, you are jumping from play. Oh, if they can just increase my salary. If they can just, I'm like, who did this to you? When you go around the world, I see this thing happening. When you go around the world, you realize that Asians and Jews, when Asians and Jews relocate into the Western world, most of them go to start a business. But when Africans relocate to the Western world, they go to look for a job. And some of them are doing 2, 3, 4 jobs, and they are proud in their conclave bondage. And he tells me, I'm getting my second job. I do 2, 3, 4 jobs. I've got to pay bills. And I'm asking myself, hello, do you realize you are in a capitalist environment? And capitalism is not built for salary earners, but it's built for entrepreneurs and investors. Do you know you are in a capitalist environment and salary and earned income is the lowest level of income that is highly taxed? And all this, your 2, 3, 4 job is actually moving you into a higher tax bracket. And there are many people like that today. Oh, salary. And all they do is to continue to dangle the golden coin in front of you, and 20, 30 years after, you are still in the same bus stop. I just rushed out of a meeting. We're holding our annual Conclave summit under the Billionaires Conclave right now, but I quickly rushed out to be here so that I can rush back. But yesterday, one of the things we did was to have an open house session, and we're talking about redefining the education and a lot of stuff. And a young man stood up yesterday and he said his father worked in the Nigerian Navy for 32 years. And the father wanted every one of them to be in the Navy. But he made up his mind that he was not going to do that. Why? Because after 32 years in the Navy, the father was given $3,280,000 as his gratuity and retirement benefit. And he told himself, after 32 years, this is what you got. He said the first day he wrote a check of $10 million, he was crying because he was writing in one day what his father took 33 years to get. There is nothing wrong in earning a salary, but if you depend on salary alone, it's a problem. The fourth mindset that needs to be eradicated is materialism mindset. Materialism mindset. A lot of people are so materialistic in the world, that so much materialism. You see a lot of people posing and just doing things that does not work. And I'm asking myself, why are you doing this? You have money, you are just so materialistic. You want to buy shoes, you want to buy clothes, and you don't have any investment. You see a lot of people, they are wearing bone straight, their life is not straight. You are fixing eyelashes, you are fixing nails, and you cannot fix your life. You see a lot of people, they have 3 handsets like a 419, yet you are not an investor in any of the telecom industry. I love shoes. If you love shoes, manufacture shoe. If you love shoe, produce shoe. If you love shoe, design shoe. You are wearing bag and shoe to match. Your destiny is not matching your bank account. And you are wondering who did this to you. You see a lot of people, young men today, they are carrying 3 assets like 419, 3 plot of land you don't have. You are going to the gym every day, bearded gang, 6-pack. You don't have 6 figure, you don't have 6 plot of land. Why? Materialism. And in the world that we live in today, you realize that empty barrel makes the loudest noise. And a lot of people that are supposed to be focused on building wealth, they have allowed themselves to be swayed by jobless people with 200 naira airtime making noise on social media. Number 5, you need to eradicate entitlement mentality. Nobody owes you anything. You need to eradicate entitlement mentality. Every reason you give for being where you are, somebody else has the same reason, but they are not where you are. Oh, it's because I'm a woman. There are many women that are billionaires. It's because I'm a youth. There are many youth that are billionaires. It's because I'm an orphan. There are many orphans that are millionaires. It's because the government is bad. There are many people in bad government that are making money. So what excuse do you have? You have no excuse to be a failure. All this entitlement mentality. It's our breadwinner. Who told you not to start your own bakery? We are always looking for somebody to blame. We are always looking for somebody to be responsible. When the student passes, he say, I passed. When the student failed, he say, the lecturer failed me. So these are toxic mindsets that needs to go. But once this toxic mindset then goes, the next thing that then needs to happen is you now need to develop investment mentality. What is investment mentality? I give you 3 definitions. Number 1, investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. So when you have investment mentality and you have 100,000, you are thinking, what can I do to turn this 100,000 to 300,000? When you have $1 million, you are thinking, what can I do to turn this 1 million to 5 million? Why? Because the thought of the diligent tends only to plenteousness. Number 2, investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of assets and not liabilities. A lot of us are poor because our lives are filled with liabilities instead of assets. Your bungalow is in your wardrobe. All the money you are supposed to have used to build houses, you have used it to buy clothes that you cannot wear. Listing and listing well. How many times have you bought clothes, bought shoes, thinking that people will be impressed and they are not even aware? And you are the one saying, yeah, you didn't say anything about my shoe. Say, you buy shoe. Listen to me, you are not a breaking news. People are busy with their life. Nobody is interested in what you are wasting your life on. So you need to acquire asset, not liability. What is an asset? An asset is anything that appreciates in value. What's an asset? An asset is anything that produces cash flow. What's a liability? A liability is anything that depreciates in value. What's a liability? A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. So sit down and do an inventory of your life. Is your life full of assets or liability? Number 3, what's investment mentality? Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level in your life where you will no more work for money, but money will work for you. There is nothing wrong working for money. We all probably have to start out there, but you need to have an exit plan. You need to have a plan to tell yourself, by the time I'm 30, by the time I'm 40, by the time I'm this age, I need to exit this realm. So that instead of you working hard for money, money will be working hard for you. And that's the realm that you need to move into. So as we begin to move into the end of my discourse with you today, let's try to answer some questions. Question 1, do you have investment mentality? Do you have investment mentality? You need to ask yourself. Now let me help you get an answer to the question. What do you do with your money? Because everybody makes money. No matter how poor you think you are, everybody makes money. But there are only 3 things you can do with money. 3 things. Number 1, you can waste it. Number 2, you can spend it. Number 3, you can invest it. Repeat after me. Waste, spend, invest. Say it again. Waste, spend, invest. So if you don't know what you are doing with money, evaluate yourself based on these 3 levels. Foolish people waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. Repeat after me. Foolish people waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. So now let me ask your neighbor now, are you a fool? Or are you an average person? Or are you wise? So once you are a waster, every money that comes, you are wasting it. You are operating in foolishness. And that's all. Do you have investor mentality? Evaluate yourself. If nobody is telling you the truth, tell yourself the truth. Listen to me. When you become successful, everybody wants to investigate the source of your prosperity. Hey, what did he do to get money? What did she do to get money? But when you are poor, nobody investigates the source of your poverty. Nobody investigates the source of your poverty. That is your responsibility to ask yourself, why was my grandfather poor? Why was my father poor? Why are we poor in our family? You sit down, you ask yourself, your grandfather worked in Nigerian Railway, your father worked in Nigerian Airways, now you are in NIPOS, a generation of civil servants, and you now say, okay, this is the problem. Your grandfather was a tenant, your father is a tenant, yeah, you are a tenant. You say, okay, this is the problem. You need to do the investigation by yourself. As I close, second question. When you die, how will your death be announced? Because everybody will die. Even if you die at 95. Someone had died at the age of 96 a few years ago with 8 children. And two of the children happened to be within my network. And one of them called me and said, Papa, I lost my dad, and they have gathered the family together, and we need to put money together, and the one that they book for me to pay is 600,000, and you know I don't have money. What can you do to help me? A 96-year-old man died, and the children have to be going into debt to bury a 96-year-old man, a man that spent almost a century on earth, nothing to share. They were sharing debts. How will your death be announced? There are 2 ways to announce death. Choose one. When you hear this announcement, with deep sorrow of heart, we announce the sudden demise. Every time you hear deep sorrow, a poor man has died. Every time you hear sudden demise, a poor man has died. Even if he died at 80, it's sudden. Because they are still waiting for him to blow. They are still waiting for him to blow. Now, by the time you hear he survived by children, when you go for that burial, you will see weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth. You will see people crying. You will see the wife. They'll be holding her. Sorry. But if you look very well, you realize that woman is crying. The man most likely have 6 or 8 children, because poor people give birth to children like sardine, as if they are trying to win an award. If this one don't make up, this one go make up. Your children are not your retirement plan. They are not your retirement plan. But guess what? If you look very well, you will realize that there is one side chick somewhere with another small baby. The useless man is a side cock with a side chick. By the time you now finally go to the house, you will see the family will descend on the woman. Hey, you killed our son. You are the one that killed our son. We are going to shave your hair. Come to the village and drink water. Person with poverty killed. They go say that the wife kill him. But there's another way to announce that. With gratitude to God for a life well spent. We announce the passing into glory. Whenever you hear that announcement, with gratitude to God, rich man don't die. Passing into glory, rich man don't die. It's not a poor man. We announce the passing into glory. By the time you go to that burial, nobody's crying. Nobody's crying. You will get there, you will see the widow. The widow will stand with designer suits, Louis Vuitton bag, Fellini shoe, police eyeglasses, and Gucci silk scarf. Only 2 children. One came from London, the other one came from Canada. And you see, nobody's crying, no. You just see the woman like that. Why must she cry? What are they crying for? The man that died had 5 houses in London, 2 in America, 8 in Canada, 42 in Nigeria, 3 billion naira in fixed deposit, $1.2 million. Why are you crying? Crying for what? The man has died for them to enjoy. By the time the burial is done, when you go to the house to look for the woman, it's Megad you will meet. Madam, you don't go Canada, you go rest. Madam, you don't go Canada, you go rest. Is it that kind of woman You will now say she should come to the village. You want to shave her head. She's the one that killed your son. Where you get the boldness? I declare over your life, you will die well. Bye-bye. God bless you.
Thank you for taking time to watch this video. We believe you've learned something of great value. On this channel, we share videos on finances and wealth creation from biblical perspective. You can find more similar videos on this channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Let us know what you've learned in the comment section.